Thank you very much, Russell. Off the back of this story about the handyman then getting this money and then being told he couldn't keep it, when have you splashed the cash and then regretted it? Sandra and David?
Well, we bought a caravan, got onto the motorway and turned around and
Yeah, Dave being very calm, literally just turned around and he went, Sandra, I don't want you to panic, but the caravan's not behind us anymore. So literally heading down the motorway backwards.
she wouldn't lick you, but I'd tell her not to.
I didn't think we'd be hearing today.
Kind of tarring everybody with the same brush, in my opinion. We don't all need to have extensive training. We really need to be targeting the people that are buying these really vicious dogs that are doing these attacks.
So I want to know, do you think long-distance relationships can work? Sandra and Dave, you're our oracle on successful relationships. What do you reckon?
Absolutely not. It's doomed.
Oh, is it?
It really is.
We did it. We hold to Leeds. I think we did it 6 months.
But Dave threw in a curveball because he actually, as he was handing me my roast dinner, he looked at me and only Dave would do this, but he went, I suppose we ought to get married then.
Was that your proposal?
That was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I put a flower on as well?
No.
Yeah.
Couldn't have got up if I'd have gone down on one knee.
Yeah. But as we have said before, you know, you are a successful... How long have you been together now?
30 years.
Yeah, I see. You made it work.
We're concerned about our eternal ever after.
Well, it's a very common debate and a very common problem that lots of couples have. Of course, whoever goes first, the other person gets to decide, don't they? That could be one way around it.
Hello.
Sandra and Dave ever pulled the wool over someone's eyes?
Yeah, I have. On Father's Day, Dave thought he was going to a Michelin star restaurant. So he was all dressed up and looking wonderful. And I booked him on a high ropes course, which I knew he'd hate. You did hate it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I thought I was going fine dining, not flying so and swinging through the trees.
Well, why did you do something mean for his birthday?
It was
Father's Day, yeah.
Because I'm like that.
David, why are you married to Sandra?
I asked the same question.
Oh my God.
I know some lunchers have got some questions. Sandra and Dave, what did you want to ask?
Yeah, we've got a cockapoo. She's 7, but she shakes and trembles constantly.
Yeah.
And my mummy mode is to kind of hold her, but she literally wants to escape from me and go to the windows and the doors. But she actually looks at me with really sad eyes as if to say, what are you going to do? And I really don't know what to do to soothe her.
Done today! You've broken him!
Dave and Sandra, what about you? What's the craziest you two have done for love?
Oh, I did a Bridget Jones on Dave when we first met. He said, do you want to go skiing? I'd never skied in my life, but I was like, yeah, I'll go skiing. We got there and I thought, well, how difficult can it be? I can roller skate and I can ice skate, so it's the same principle, surely. And they split us up and they said, right, Dave, you're in the intermediate. Sandra, you're a beginner. And I was like, I'm not having that. I've come on holiday to be with him, not in separate groups. So they were all faffing about and I thought, oh, there he is down there. So I set off and my skis, they literally had a mind of their own. I was like, they're not stopping and I don't know how to do this. And I literally shouted down the mountain, no!
Oh, no.
So and she just came crashing down. I saw her coming crashing down, and she went into us, knocked us over. The guy next to me said, "Is she with you?" I said, "No."
Let's have a chat about some of the other stories then. So Strictly's Tom Fletcher obviously talking about being kicked out of Busted, but it turned out good for him in the end. So when have you had a time, Sandra, where something bad has turned into something good?
Yes, I got made redundant because I was pregnant. So that was a real low for me. So I decided to have a massive career change. So I went from HR manager to children's entertainer.
Did you?
Ta-da!
Here we go then. Hi-de-hi!
Oh, well, okay for us.
and I'm literally sat there driving my little car like Miss Daisy going, I don't know what their problem is. My dad said this is absolutely fine. Right, I'm ready, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
I've done it.
Let's talk about some of the other things then. So what about the Queen watching TV? When has TV taken over your life? David and Sandra, ever taken over your life?
I did a bit when I used to watch that 24 series, and I sort of was binge watching that till the early hours of the morning. I do remember. I sort of got a bit carried away, and I came crashing in into the kitchen with like this and did a roll.
Did he really?
No, seriously, did. I had to take him to one side of it, cut in my carrots, and I went, Dave, seriously, you are not a secret agent. I felt a bit bad about telling him, but you took it quite well, didn't you?
Yeah. Sandra and David, you've got one, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got one about Cavaliers and Roundheads. So I was thinking on the Roundheads, why were they called Roundheads? Was it to do with the shape of their heads?
Let's ask some of the lunchmates this as well. David, what do you think?
Well, I think from my experience, most organisations still seem to be quite male orientated, don't they? So how does that tie in with equality for women? Are you going to get less opportunity?
Sandra and David, we know you're the oracle when it comes to romance and relationships.
Oh.
It's from you
This
too.
is so embarrassing.
Well, I've bought her a ski outfit and some ski boots.
So you bought Sandra skiing stuff and she bought you a box of
I've got a
nouns.
box to say this is the meaning of Christmas. Well, it wasn't the meaning of Christmas to me.
David and Sandra, go on, have you got one?
We've had an artificial tree for years, and I quite fancy a real tree. But how would I dispose of it after Christmas?
Good question.
That's a really good question. How would